Hello everyone, and welcome to Behind the Bulletin. Thank you for tuning in today. We are about to dive into a story so shocking, so unexpected, that it has shaken the entire nation overnight. A revelation that nobody saw coming, one that exploded across social media and sent fans into absolute chaos. Full video leaks: Gong Yoo and Soo-Jung's secret Seoul wedding stuns the entire nation. What exactly happened behind those tightly closed doors? How did this private ceremony stay hidden, and who leaked the full aisle walk footage? And why is the industry scrambling for answers? Stay with us, because the truth behind this secret wedding begins right now. No one could have predicted that a single video, barely 4 minutes long, would detonate across the Korean entertainment world like a bomb. Yet by dawn, every phone in the country vibrated with the same push notification, a grainy clip labeled only with 8 terrifying words. Gong Yoo and Soo-Jung's secret wedding, full video. At first, people thought it was fake. AI generated. A fan edit. Some kind of clever marketing stunt. But the moment the bride appeared at the end of the aisle, her face softly lit by cascading chandeliers, the truth became undeniable. It was Soo-Jung. The real Soo-Jung. And standing across from her, waiting with trembling hands shoved into the pockets of a white suit, was Gong Yoo himself. The nation stopped breathing. The video had no commentary, no subtitles, no music overlay. Only the raw audio of whispers, rustling fabric, and distant violins tuning backstage. But it was enough. More than enough. The clip captured something so intimate, so impossibly genuine, that its authenticity burned through the screen. The first shocking moment came at the 11-second mark. Soo-Jung entered the private chapel clutching a bouquet of winter peonies, her veil trembling with every step. She looked nervous, not like a celebrity flawlessly performing a role, but like a woman walking toward a choice that would rewrite her entire life. And, as if the universe itself shifted, Gong Yoo saw her. The way he inhaled sharply. The way his hand moved instinctively to his chest. His expression cracked open with disbelief and devotion. Millions would replay those few seconds over and over, asking the same question. How long had this been happening without anyone knowing? The first hint came from the venue. This was no ordinary chapel. It was an underground ceremonial hall hidden beneath an old Hanok estate in Gyeongno, accessible only by invitation and secured with a level of secrecy reserved for diplomats and royalty. Yet the decor was shockingly simple: soft candles lining the aisle, pale orchids hanging from curved beams. Guests except 10 silhouettes seated in the shadows. 10 people. 10 witnesses. 10 lives now entangled in the biggest media explosion of the decade. But the moment that shook viewers the most arrived at the precise moment Soo-Jung reached Gong Yoo. Her fingers trembled, barely brushing his. He swallowed, blinking rapidly, as if struggling to believe she was standing before him. "You're really here," he whispered. "It's really us," she replied. The audio was faint, but real. Acting. They weren't reciting lines. They were confessing. And the internet imploded. By the time the clip reached 1 million views, reporters were already calling their agencies. By 3 million, fans were screaming into live streams, demanding answers. By 6 million, industry insiders began whispering that they had seen the groom's suit before, on a man who had vanished mysteriously from a major press conference 2 weeks ago. Then someone slowed the video down and noticed something chilling. One of the 10 witnesses was an A-list actress with a history of public feuds. Another was a high-ranking entertainment executive known for orchestrating secret deals. A third was a man with a blurred face, wearing a ring identical to one Gong Yoo had been seen with during a private airport sighting years ago. Speculation spiraled. Rumors roared. Theories multiplied like wildfire. But the biggest shock came at the end of the clip. A flash. A jolt. A muffled scream. The camera jerked violently as if someone had grabbed the person recording. There was chaos, voices shouting, a crash, footsteps running, and the screen cut to black. The wedding had been interrupted. Someone had tried to stop it. And whoever leaked the video wanted the world to see everything. It was only the beginning. Because behind that blackout, behind that sudden cut to nothingness, there lay a truth darker and more dangerous than anyone imagined, one that would unravel not only their secret union but the fragile balance of power within the Korean entertainment empire. And the nation had only seen 4 minutes. The rest of the footage, the part that explained everything, still missing. The 4-minute leak was only the spark. The real fire began hours later, when an anonymous account posted a message that sent a chill through every newsroom in Seoul. You saw the wedding. See what happened after. Attached was a single still frame pulled from the uncut footage, so dark and grainy it looked like a scene from a crime thriller. Gong Yoo stood shielding Soo-Jung with his body. Expression twisted with fear, shock, and something deeper, desperation. Behind them, shadowy guests had risen from their seat, hand outstretched, as if signaling someone outside the frame. The caption: they tried to stop the ceremony. They failed. Within minutes, the image went viral. Entertainment agencies locked their doors. Journalists abandoned their scripts. Fans, critics, rival actors, everyone dove headfirst into the madness. But no one, not even the most seasoned conspiracy theorists, pieced together the truth fast enough. Because the truth was stranger than anything they imagined. As panic erupted online, a second clip surfaced, 8 seconds long. Distorted. In it, someone sprinted down a long wooden corridor, whispering urgently in Mandarin. They found out. Get the bride out now, now. Screen then flipped violently, revealing a flash of white dress fabric and Soo-Jung's terrified face before the footage cut off again. 2 videos. Worlds colliding. And 0 answers. Behind the digital chaos, the real story was unfolding in a city already drowning in rumors, Seoul. Inside a private safe house owned by a trusted friend, Gong Yoo and Soo-Jung sat opposite a wall covered in printed screenshots, circled faces, and scribbled timestamps. The video wasn't supposed to exist, not because they wanted to hide, but because someone had been recording the wedding illegally. Someone inside the room. Soo-Jung's hands trembled as she replayed the moment the camera shook and cut. We shouldn't have gone through with it, she whispered, voice cracked. We knew they were watching us. Gong Yoo exhaled sharply. If we didn't, they would have forced us apart. This was the only way to keep control. Control, she laughed bitterly. We've lost everything. Everything. He reached out, intertwining their fingers. Still have me. But even as he spoke, the weight of what was coming. He had known the risks the moment he decided to stand beside her at the altar, not as a superstar or a legend, but as a man in love willing to risk his entire world. The truth behind the secret wedding was far more complicated than the public knew. Because their ceremony wasn't just a romantic gesture. A counter-move. A direct rebellion against a powerful, invisible syndicate that had controlled the Korean entertainment industry. For more than a decade, a network that dictated casting, awards, scandals, relationships. Work that hated unpredictability. That hated genuine love. That hated losing control. Their wedding was a declaration of war. And someone on the inside had retaliated. Soo-Jung's voice broke the silence. The man who stood up during the ceremony, you recognized him too, didn't you? Gong Yoo's jaw tightened. I did. He was one of the council's senior handlers, a man known only by his code name, Dusk. And rumored to have been behind 3 major scandals. Disappearances. And the sudden downfall of a rising star. If he had attended the wedding in person, it meant the council had been monitoring them for months. Suddenly, Soo-Jung's phone vibrated. A message. No sender. No preview. Gong Yoo grabbed it before she could. It. Inside was a single sentence. The rest of the video belongs to us. And below it, a file attachment, locked, encrypted. Marked with a symbol neither of them expected to see. The council's crest. Soo-Jung felt the blood drain from her face. They have the full footage. All of it, Gong Yoo whispered. Everything that happened after the blackout. The message continued loading. A second line appeared. Have 24 hours to surrender. Surrender. To the council. Here's everything. Gong Yoo stepped back. A hand through his hair. The rage inside him simmered with dangerous intensity. They think fear will break us. Soo-Jung held his gaze. Eyes burning with the same fire. No, she said. They're wrong. Gong Yoo took her hand. We fight. But fighting meant one thing. I had to reveal the rest of the story before the council did. The real footage. The real truth. The reason the wedding had been hidden. Gong Yoo picked up his phone and dialed someone he hadn't spoken to in years. It's time, he said when they answered. Release Protocol 9. A pause. A deep inhale from the other side. You understand what this means? Yes. What comes after? I do. Then God help you both. The call ended. Young swallowed hard. What did you just do? You turned toward her, eyes dark, determined, burning with the resolve of a man ready to lose everything for the woman he loved. I just lit the fuse. And somewhere in Seoul, miles away, a server activated. A hidden archive unlocked. A red notification began flashing across encrypted networks around Asia. Protocol 9 initiated. Footage upload, pending. The nation had seen 4 minutes. They were about to see everything. Seoul had never felt quieter. The heart of a city vibrating with speculation, fear, electrified anticipation. One single truth loomed like a storm cloud ready to break. Full footage was coming. Protocol 9 had been activated. The countdown had begun. And nothing, no shadow syndicate, no hidden council, no whispered threats, could stop what was coming next. As dawn crept across the skyline, Yoo and Soo-Jung stood on the rooftop of their safe house. The first rays of light washing over a night that had rewritten their lives. They were exhausted, bruised, hunted, but unbroken. Hand in hand, they watched the city slowly awaken. Aware that within hours, the entire nation would witness the truth, their truth, raw and unfiltered. The secret ceremony, the attempted sabotage, the confrontation that followed. Everything the council fought to bury would soon surface. And when it did, the world would finally understand. This wasn't just a forbidden love story. It wasn't even a rebellion. It was the moment two people decided to stand against a machine designed to silence them. Soo-Jung leaned into him, trembling but steady. What happens now? Gong Yoo looked at her with the resolve of a man who had already chosen his path. He whispered, "We face the world, together." The servers beeped softly in the distance. Each sound like a ticking bomb. Protocol 9. Upload in progress, 73%. Truth was coming. And Asia would never be the same. Their wedding had been a secret. Their fight had been in the shadows. But their story was about to ignite the world. Thank you for watching and supporting Behind the Bulletin. Your presence, your engagement, and your curiosity drive us to deliver the most dramatic, thrilling, and unforgettable fictional stories inspired by the world of Korean entertainment. If you enjoyed today's episode, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us create even bigger twists, deeper stories, and more cinematic journeys. Stay tuned for the next explosive chapter. This world is just beginning to open. And we're grateful to have you with us every step of the way. Thank you for being part of Behind the Bulletin.